Over the past 60 years, the Soviet armed forces have been considered as the strongest military in the world, in terms of manpower and the number of nuclear warheads they possessed. According to Western studies, the Soviet Union had around 4 to 5 million personnel at its peak, compared to just 2 million US personnel in the 1980s. In 1981, the Soviet Union launched the greatest military exercise in human history, the Zapad 81, which aimed to simulate the situation that Soviet forces were capable to reach the English Channel from East Germany in just 8 days. After the collapse of the USSR, the successor Russia downsized her armed force to only around 1 million conscripts and volunteers. They were still being considered as unbeatable. In recent weeks, however, Ukrainian counter-offensives in the Kharkiv and Kherson oblasts have retaken more than 2,000 square meters of land, including strategic locations like Izium, in just less than 72 hours. This has been considered as one of the fastest progresses since the German Blitzkrieg in the Second World War. For more videos regarding the war in Ukraine and other history matters, please remember to hit the subscribe button. In this episode, we'll be introducing 2 other failed military operations conducted by the Russians. In 1994, the Chechen Republic, part of the Russian Federation, declared its independence, but it was ignored by Moscow due to its own political instability. However, when fighting broke out between pro- and anti-independence Chechens in the Chechen capital of Grozny, Russia suddenly decided to intervene and invaded Chechnya. They reached Grozny in early January 1995 and started carpet bombings that destroyed the entire city, causing more than 27,000 civilian deaths, but they were still not able to control the capital until the following month. Guerrilla warfare and terrorist attacks took place in the following year, while the Chechens attempted to counterattack Grozny in August 1996. The Russian garrison turned out to be poorly trained and suffered heavy casualties. Under internal pressure, President Boris Yeltsin finally decided to negotiate a ceasefire. This concluded the Russian defeat and a de facto Chechen independence. In 1999, then Prime Minister Vladimir Putin blamed the separatists for a series of bombs that exploded in Moscow. Although many thought that the FSB, or the security services, were responsible, as to build Putin's strongman image and boost his popularity in the upcoming presidential election. In October, Russian troops once again attacked Chechen, and they reached Grozny in early December. Russia more or less regained control of Chechnya. While guerrilla warfare continued between both sides that lasted for a decade. On the 23rd of October 2002, 40 separatist extremists intruded the Dubrovka Theatre in Moscow and held 850 people as hostages. The Alpha Spetsnaz, which was under the FSB, was responsible to rescue the hostages. The Alpha was established by Yuri Andropov, who was the chairman of KGB and later the leader of the USSR. Its main duty is to combat terrorism, though it was never a military organization. The establishment was in response to the 1972 Munich Olympic massacres, as 11 Israeli team members were killed by Palestinian terrorists. The Bundespolizei was blamed to be incapable of dealing with the attack, and therefore the Germans established the GSG-9 tactical units after the tragedy. For more details, please find in the description box. The Alpha Group's main task was to ensure the safety of the 1980 Moscow Olympics, which was rather peaceful due to the boycotts. Anyway, the Alpha was seen service in the Dubrovka Theatre as the crisis had no sign of de-escalation through negotiations. In the early morning of the 4th day, the 26th of October, mysterious gas was discharged in the theatre through the ventilation system. At first, hostages and insurgents inside the theatre thought that a fire broke out but they soon realized that it was some sort of anesthetic. Many insurgents and hostages passed out before this assault commenced, and all 40 insurgents were killed in an intense gun battle, both still awoke and subdued to the anesthetic. Russian authorities claimed that the assault was successful, and they also admitted that the phenyl-based gas was used, which was used by the US for lethal injection in 2018. Apart from insurgents, many hostages also died from phenyl overdose, and therefore it is up to your wise decision to decide whether it was successful. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to our channel and check out other videos concerning the war. See you next time.